Alright dudes, Hayzink here, back with another Disgaea RPG video. I'm getting slightly delirious now because I have recorded so many videos today. Yes, earlier on I put out a video and you probably heard me saying I'd made about 6 videos in the one day. I'm now at roughly 8 or 9, so yes, it's been a long day. But we've got a new banner. You've already seen the rasberyl breakdown. She's not the only one on the banner. We're going to go in now and talk about Kyoko Needleworker. Before doing that, if you haven't already, we're over 3k, we're heading towards 4k. Let's get me to 4k subs. So like, subscribe, do all that goodness. But anyway, we're going to go in and talk about Kyoko Needleworker, okay? Again, she's another character that hails from Disgaea 3. The question is she better than Ms. Rasberyl? If you watched my video, you will know I wasn't exactly massively keen on Ms. Rasberyl. But let's see if Kyoko Needleworker ticks that box a little bit better. She's a fist unit, okay? Now, we're going to look at her abilities in a minute. I feel like a bit like rasberyl, she's made to go on the team that she is, okay? So Ms. Rasberyl was made to go on a magical monsters team. This one is made to go onto a fist team, okay? I don't really think she's necessarily a character who you're just going to fire into a random setup. She's going to work best in a fist team, okay? So, we'll look at her abilities now. Her main ability is called Lily? People are going to comment the way I say that. Lily Fist, okay? Which is fist wielding allies, damage dealt plus 15%. So, characters like Axel, characters like Jennifer, characters like Adele, characters like Keela, there you go, there's some characters she's going to work with. They are all going to work well with this unit because they are all going to get a buff from her skill, okay? And she, in turn, is going to get buffed off their skills. Her NE1 is, this is the Delinquent Love Knuckle, which is self, when wielding fist, attack and defense plus 27%. So, I mean, that's a lot of buffs. If you've got a fist on her, that's a lot of buffs that she's got. She's going to be doing quite a bit of damage. She's just really buffing herself more than anything else. Her NE5 is Lily Dance, which is boots equipping members defense and resistance plus 13%. So she shares that in common with rasberyl. Rasberyl, it's glasses equipping members. This one, it's boots equipping members. So they've got that little quirk about them where they have a skill an ability that is dependent on the accessories that you have equipped. Her NE7 is Reduced Earth, which is enemy with the highest action gauge gets action gauge minus 120 when a turn begins. So you can see her abilities. To me, she is very much based on being a unit that's suited to her own style of team. So she is going to work best on a fist team. If we go in now and look at her skills, we can see again she has got 3 skills, okay? Her skills are Lily Elegy, which is an AoE, and there's nothing else to it. It's just an AoE attack. There's no buffs, there's no debuffs, anything like that. Her second one is another AoE, and it's called Lily Duet. And it is, do you know what Lillian is? And it bestows paralysis effect. Now that could be good. That don't get me wrong, that could be really good. There's a lot of situations where paralysing the enemy could do you really well. Her NE3 is Lily Solo, which is another single attack, and again it bestows paralysis effect onto your enemies. So you may have seen an awkward cut there. I had to go and deal with my kids. Middle of recording, typical. But anyway, we've talked about her skills. So now it's time to go in and talk about her magic spells. So first of all, her magic spells, if you decide to put a staff on this one, her first one is Charm, which bestows Forget on the enemy target for 3 turns. I mean, again, that could be quite useful. Her next one is Speed Down. She decreases the speed of the target for 3 turns up to 35%. Again, it's decent. Mega Ice. which is an AoE. We've got Mega Speed Down, which is a speed reduction of up to 45%. And she can go up to level 30 and get the skill Slumber, which is actually quite cheap. And it bestows the effect of sleep. Now, I've gone over already while talking that she is a fist user that works best on a fist team. Now, obviously not every fist user has to go into a fist team, but I feel like this one does, okay? I feel like she is made to go on a fist team. So the characters I already spoke about before, Keela, Adele, Jennifer, Axel to a certain extent, characters like that are going to work well alongside this unit. Again, would I summon for her? Me, personally? No, I wouldn't. Which basically means we're 2 for 2 on the banner. And this is definitely a banner that I will personally be skipping. Now, if you do run a fist team, if you want to have a team that does have Keela in it using a fist, that does have Adele in it using a fist, then this character is going to be a great addition, because not only is she going to buff them, they're going to buff her, and her NE1, she's going to be putting out some good numbers, right? She's going to be putting out some good numbers if you run a fist team. So if that is your plan, I mean, if you have a vision in your head of running a team that is fist based, then maybe you should summon for this character. Again, am I going to do it? No. Straight up, no. There's not. I'm not even going to do it for content. Sometimes as a content creator, I'll summon on a banner that I don't really care about for content. I am not doing that on this banner. I don't want to. The characters, to me, they're not exciting. I'd have to build a new team round about them to get the best use out of them. They don't work for me. I'd have to work for them, and I'm not into summoning for that. So this one is going to be a hard skip for me, and it's definitely not a set of characters that I want to summon on. Now, if you look at the event preview that I put up, this event is a little bit more forgiving with regards to characters that you can use. So technically, you don't really need either of these two characters to get a decent bonus when you're grinding this event out for points. So even that thing that I've done sometimes, I did it with Gordon, Jennifer on Thursday. I just wanted to have more characters to grind out the event with. I don't even have to do that with this one. So this one for me is a hard pass. There's a lot of banners on the horizon. If my prediction for what's her name again? Asagi. If my prediction for Asagi is correct in August, which honestly I'm about 99.9% certain it is going to be August, then I don't want to be wasting quartz on a banner like this. So I will be skipping. I don't suggest you do the same. You make that decision yourself. But if the things that I've said in this video also apply to you, where you would have to build a team to get usage of this character, then you should probably skip summoning on this banner, okay? So basically that is us going over Ms. rasberyl. We have gone over Kyoko Needleworker. All that remains for us now to do is to go over Crane Kick. We're going to do that next. That'll be the next video that you see. And she's free. Free is good. So we are all going to get that character, and from what I know already, she works really well with spear characters, so that is actually going to suit me right down to the ground, and I don't even have to summon for the unit. So happy days indeed. Anyway guys, I have been Hayzink. As always, thanks for joining me on the channel today. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, blah 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 blah. Anyway guys, I'll catch you on the next Disgaea RPG video. See you dudes.